Good evening, Taurus Collective, and welcome to your reading for June 2024. I shuffled the cards, scried, and came up with a list of opening statements to begin your reading with. But just a couple things I want to remind you folks of. Number one, this is a general reading. It is not a one-to-one reading, so the messages that come up in the cards may or may not resonate with you. Don't feel bad if it does not. I recommend you take a look at the videos associated with your moon and your rising signs to get a full, complete picture for the month to come, for they are equally important. Secondly, sorry, I'm winded. Secondly, I realize that this channel is new and we as the humans tend not to trust things that are new until they're well established. But if anything in this video or other videos resonate with you, I do ask that you like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Everything I publish is completely free and on a monthly basis. I'll never message you to ask you for your personal information for money or for favors. It's quite literally no strings attached. All right, Taurus Collective. Let's see here. I'm getting, so for the earth signs I'm getting, things are a lot about business, except for Virgo, which was all about love and romance. This, for you, Taurus Collective, is more so about business or business ventures, work environment, work-related things. As I move forward into the reading, other undertones might come up, but right now, as I meditated, this is all about saving finances, saving money, because I got the 5 of Coins that showed up here. But I got 2 of Swords reversed, which is a decision made in order to help heal a 3 of Swords reversed, which also came up. 8 of Cups came up too, walking away from something that led to a 3 of Swords. Yeah, something that led to a 3 of Swords energy, or something that caused a 3 of Swords energy you're walking away from. You made this decision, and this decision was not a difficult decision. Or I'm sorry, not an easy decision to make. It was a difficult decision. It was this path that you led yourself on, this fork in the road that you ended up branching out from. This was something that the divine led you on, because Temperance is also here. You got 7 of Coins in the reversed, 5 of Coins, and the Death reverse show me something that there's some sort of internal issue or struggle that you are grappling with that's also kind of costly. Now, that could be a lot of things. I didn't see the Devil show up here, but if the Devil shows up, it might have to do with some sort of unhealthy behavioral patterns or addictions. Don't shoot the messenger. I know that's none of my business, and I'm not going to really pry too deep into that if that does come up. But you got the King of Swords showing up here, which means some of you might actually been dealing with something so unhealthy that you need a lawyer for it, or some sort of investigative energy is here over an ending, or not really wanting to relinquish something, but realizing that you have to relinquish it, and you might actually need to sign a ton of legal documents in order to move on from something. King of Swords, I usually get that if there's a lawyer or an investigator involved. Sometimes it might mean a paralegal, but paralegals usually show up as pages. I'm getting a business partnership, or some sort of partnership may have been the thing that's costing too much, or like really attacking your financial stability here. 8 of Cups is walking away from something, and King of Swords with the Death reversed, and a financial loss here that was divinely guided and divinely ordained is splitting up from whatever partnership this was. It could just be you leaving behind an old toxic work environment. It could be just you leaving behind like an unhealthy situation in regards to work. And there's a lot of need here with Temperance and the Death reverse and several financial suffering cards and the 3 of Swords here. I'm seeing that you're having to leave something behind that was not healthy for you, and you're having to unlearn an unhealthy poverty mindset, a mindset of lack, a mindset of you don't deserve more than what you currently have. And I realize that when we are grappling with a lot of traumatic things that had happened with us in the past, it shows in various different facets of our life here. A lot of times it shows with not being able to financially recover from stuff, not being able to financially plan, or we do the exact opposite with our finances, where we just hoard and hoard and hoard, and we don't spend anything, and we're working ourselves into the grave because we have kind of what I like to call a Great Recession or a Great Depression mindset, where you're really just pinching pennies and you don't really want to spend, to the point where you don't even want to spend money on yourself to help you recover and heal from things in the past that had transpired. So I'm getting a lot of that. I'm getting a lot of Great Recession, Great Depression sort of mindset bleeding out here, and Temperance being here with several pain and suffering recovery cards. I'm getting that the universe is actively trying to help you walk through this valley in the shadow of death, really. Yeah, biblical sense, really, but that's the mirror was showing me a valley with death. It was showing me the Serengeti before the rains came through, so I had to point that out to you. But I'm getting financial issues and a need to restore balance. There's a huge need to restore balance here, and I'm getting with all these cards, it's something that it's not something that had happened like recently. Like, it's something that it's a karmic cycle you keep returning to. And there's a need to heal because you got the Ace of Cups in the is that in the reverse? Yeah, it's in the reverse. A time for reflection. So you need to reflect on yourself and really dig into the periods of time in your life that came up with so much strife that you really don't even want to spend money on yourself to help you recover from everything that you had been through. This is what I'm getting, Taurus. I'm getting a lot of really heavy messages coming through. And it's not just you, Taurus. I promise I'm not picking on you. If you've watched one of my other videos associated with the month of June, you'll realize that this eclipse season and this Mercury retrograde have really brought up a lot of nasty energies with most people. A lot of chaotic energies. I'm seeing a lot of it bleed through, like on an international scale as well, with economics, politics, and finances here. Yep, see, the Hierophant just showed up in the reverse when I said that I'm seeing it on a global level. So a lot of leaders are being asked to step down or to take accountability for the actions that they had taken as well. And Judgment is showing up here. So some people are actually facing their own personal judgment day. Most of it is in the world arena. It impacts you in that aspect, but it's not necessarily what we're going to be doing the reading on today. So I'll come back to that at a later point this year. So let's see what's going on. 5 of Cups. Spirit wants me to put this reverse, so I'll put it reverse. And then you got 4 of Wands. So I'm getting a sense, Taurus Collective, you already know that these are the issues that you have to deal with because of the trauma that you've been through, and you're addressing it. So basically what I'm saying here could be just me being one of the tarot readers that's really beating a dead horse here, but we'll get some. Yeah, see, the Devil showed up. I told you it would show up. It shows up in the reverse, which is recovery, a recovery position here, but it's showing up with the Magician in the reverse here too, which is pre-manifestation periods here. I also saw the Strength card, and I'm seeing the Empress, which is, in my personal opinion, the Empress represents both Taurus and Libra, but that's just how I interpret it as a tarot reader. I am getting that you're very aware that these are things that you need to heal from and that you need to learn to just have fun. Sun reverse, just have fun energy. You got 5 of Wands in the reverse, which is harmony restored, not combating people, and celebrating union, which is 4 of Wands. So maybe a lot of you have a special someone who's helping you get through these portions of yourself, helping you bring up these versions of yourself that you don't really necessarily like, that you're not really necessarily proud of, but they're helping you heal. Page of Coins is laying a foundation for the future, and look, King of Swords came up in the reverse this time. So that's I'm still getting like some sort of something legal here for those of you. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a paralegal, I'm not a legal professional of any kind. Don't take advice from me. If you're really going through something on a legal basis, you need to go to the people who are qualified to give you advice for that. But what I'm seeing here in the cards is I'm seeing you're laying a foundation to start something new, but it requires a lot of shadow work. A lot of shadow work. You've been through a lot of unhealthy situations within a work environment, and some, I'm also getting romantic vibes as well, but it's mostly work. This reading is mostly about work circumstances, about your career field, about your, I don't know how many careers you've had. For some of you, I'm getting like 3. The number 3 is significant. But Page of Coins, I'm getting you just now started a new venture and you're coming up against a brick wall, probably because of a lot of really toxic behaviors and habits that you have learned from previous career fields. That's what I'm getting here. And that's way too many cards, Spirit. And Seven of Cups is in the reverse now, which is clarity of thought. So I'm getting that you have a business venture that you really want to try out, or a new path that you want to try out. You've got clarity of thought in regards to it, and in particular in regards to the unhealthy habits that you have learned in previous career fields. There are no jumpers that want to come out. Oh, there we go. Some of you are very fine and financially independent on your own. You're not necessarily in poverty. I did see 5 of Coins here, which is indicative of poverty, but I feel like it's more about the mindset than it is about what you have before you. Yeah, 8 of Cups is coming up again. So there's something that's no longer lucrative that you're contemplating leaving behind here. If you're really thinking about making a career change, a major career shift, I would recommend that you go towards a vocational specialist that can help you with that. You need more than just a tarot reading to tell you what career is good and not good for you. This is really just me summing up the energies that are bleeding through for the collective. But it looks like you're contemplating, if you haven't done it already, it looks like you're taking all of your toys and you're going home, as the statement goes. It's looking like you're contemplating leaving something behind that has been lucrative for you for a long time, but now no longer has anything fruitful for you bearing off of its trees. The fruit that is bared here, it's all diseased. It's all stale. It's all overripe. What other terminologies you would use for fruit that's no longer good for you? The tree is no longer bearing fruit for you, and now you're having to pack your bags and take a nomadic trip somewhere else to see if you can learn different skill sets. I got waning moon at the bottom, and this is all about reevaluating your plans and gaining new perspectives, but also a big need to have patience with yourself here as you go through this journey. Not all of our journeys are going to actually look the same, but I'm getting your journey is all about finding yourself in terms of your career path. What is it that you were actually meant to do on this plane? What is it that you were meant to do in this world here is what I'm getting for you, Taurus Collective. So, what advice do you have for Taurus Collective? Okay, I got the Vengeance in reverse, overcoming slights and making a choice. So this coming in the reverse is a choice already made, and overcoming slights. You might have had a work situation kind of like crumble, fall apart. You might have been in a situation where it was a toxic work environment and you got chased out, or you maybe have gotten terminated. Lawyers and poverty cards would end up showing up for people who have gotten terminated from a toxic work environment. Those cards would absolutely show up in with kind of like with those undertones. They would absolutely show up. I'm getting storytellers showing up too. So I'm getting somebody ended up getting fired. They ended up getting let go, fired, or they got pushed out. This was the incorrect decision for the employer to make because they felt that their viewpoints and their control, they were protecting the company is what I'm getting here. They're trying to protect the company and they're doing it in a very incorrect way that's probably not necessarily illegal, which is why the lawyer is here. So I'm getting wrongful termination vibes. I'm also getting signing of non-disclosure agreements over a wrongful termination. So take things as they resonate. That message from Spirit through me to you is for a very specific section of the Taurus Collective. Let's see what else we have here. We have wrongful termination. We have workplace bullying. We have the Sailor is in the reverse though. New influences and wanderlust when it's in the upright, when it's in the reverse. I'm getting a lot of you are actually still stuck in this toxic work environment. So some people might have actually ended up getting let go, and some people are still stuck in this toxic work environment. And you know, a lot of really nasty employers, what they like to do is they won't fire you because they know that you can get a lawyer for that. They won't fire you, but they'll make the workplace so unbearable that you end up quitting on your own. You end up doing a constructive discharge, which most lawyers will not take that case. You have to actively have like your life is being threatened in order for a constructive discharge to actually like hold in court. So, and employers know that. So they'll probably do everything they can to ruin your peace in order to make you quit. If you're in that circumstance, if you're in that situation, that yep, you definitely need to get a lawyer and get an actual lawyer to give you advice on that, because I can't speak any more to that than I already have. I did get the muse that popped up here, which is about generosity, but it's also about being naive. So don't be naive and start thinking that, and this is specifically for people who are employed. This is not for people who are self-employed or for people who are employers. Here, I'll go ahead and get some cards on that perspective here in a second. But the wise one, which is tradition and order, but it's also about being wise enough to make the correct decisions in your life in order to propel yourself forward in your career path. So the naive muse card coming out with the tradition wise one card is telling you that you can be naive about your circumstances and just pretend like the problem doesn't exist and hope that it'll go away at some point. Or you can acknowledge things for what they are, drop the rose-colored glasses, and start making plans to leave and go to some place where you're actually valued and wanted. You got the King card at the bottom here. So the King card, control, reversal of fortune, but it's also about standing in your own power as well. So that's what I'm getting for that. So I'm being asked by Spirit to draw some cards on people who are self-employed or employers. What advice do you have for Taurus Collective? Okay. The botanist is in the reverse. Botanist in the reverse is, it says parenthood and legacy, and that's in the reverse. So it's cautioning people who are self-employed or people who are employers. The botanist in the upright, that's making things grow and watching them germinate, and it being in the reverse is being a little too overbearing and focusing so much on your control and your legacy and the value of what it is that you're doing, your craft, your company, your control, that you're starting to blind out the light of everybody else who is actually loyal to you. You're abusing other people's loyalty. In the extreme, you are abusing people's loyalty, and not so in the word of not being so extreme is this is the kind of energy that I would get if you're just micromanaging people too much and not allowing them to take care of things on their own. You really have to trust adults to be adults, and if they don't want to be adults, then they can get a job somewhere else. But I got the Champion coming up here, which is achievement and downfall. So I'm getting whatever it is that you're dealing with here. You can't just walk away from your own company. You can't just walk away when you're the employer, when you're like at a really top level leadership position. I mean, you can, but it'll all end up disintegrating, and then you'll become known. It just won't go well for your reputation at a high level if you just walk away, because everybody's going to end up knowing about it, and that's how you get yourself blacklisted. Even as a corporate leader, you can still be blacklisted. But I'm getting here with the Champion. I'm getting the way you're viewing your situation right now is life or death. But business, it can be tough, it can be war, but I'm getting Spirit is telling you to actually like settle down and not view things as life or death. But it is important to the life or death of your career. With the Scholar coming out here too. It's in the reverse. Investigation and research, not doing investigating and research, but making decisions just based off of emotions. That right there. That is the message that Spirit wants me to give out to people in the Taurus Collective who are employers or self-employed, that don't make decisions just based off emotions, because you have no idea the crazy impact that that has on your underlings and your constituents. They're going to feel it. If you're a leader if you're a corporate leader high up, particularly, and if you delegate, Everybody feels it when you are imbalanced. If you are imbalanced, everybody around you will feel the effects of your imbalance, your internal wars that you have with yourself. Everybody is going to feel it. Okay. So yes, absolutely a need for the Taurus Collective to really work on protecting your mental health. This is the same message that I gave to the Capricorn Collective too, so maybe you would benefit from watching that video. What else does the Taurus Collective need to know? What advice do you have for the Taurus Collective? That's too many cards. So, those of you who started a new business or are thinking about starting a new business, the Spirit is telling you to get curious. That's the Child card here. The clouds are in the reverse, and in the upright clouds are all about clouding of the mind, clouded vision, clouded judgment, all confusion. It's in the reverse. So those of you wanting to start this new business, and you got the dog in the reverse, which is you don't have to be loyal to who you're with right now because you can start your own business venture. But path and crossroads are in the reverse. You've made the decision about this, but you don't really know the path forward here, and it could cause arguments, tension. It's also a big risk. Starting a new company out of thin air, usually most small businesses fail within 5 years, and that's still a huge thing. Most small businesses like completely go belly up in 5 years. And the snake is coming up in the reverse here too, so the words that I'm saying to you, you already know this. So when the snake comes up like this in the upright, it's deception and complications and betrayal. In the reverse, it's truth-telling, it's loyalty, it's this card would come up if somebody's telling you the truth. It's a harsh truth, but it's the truth you need to hear. So I'm getting, though, that the messages that I'm delivering in this video, you already know about it. I got the chalice here, which is like another version of the Ace of Cups, but that's like a new start that's really fulfilling for you emotionally. So I am getting that there's new inspiration coming through here for you, Taurus Collective. I'm getting that there's a lot of internal adjustments that you need to make, a lot of shadow work that you need to do, though, in order for you to go on this new adventure, this new start, this child energy and Ace of Cups energy you have coming up here. You already know about this, though. That's what the snake in the reverse and the clouds in the reverse is telling me, is that you already know. I'm feeling like you're just waiting for somebody to give you confirmation that this is the issue. So here's your confirmation. This is the issue. But other than that, that's all I have for you, Taurus Collective. I hope something in this video resonated with you. If it did, like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned, everything is free and is published on a monthly basis. So until then, shalom, and I will see you next time.